Hello and welcome to another episode of Franchise Hockey Manager 4. My name is Adam. I am the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me as always, and for the third time tonight, FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Okay, is my mic on this time?
Yeah, your mic's on. We picked the right team.
You're sure of that?
Yes.
We're actually picking the correct team to play with now, right? Okay.
Yes.
We're good?
Yes, we are.
All right, you're sure now?
Yes. So, if you're watching this on YouTube...
It's at this point that one of our internet connections is going to die and kill the whole thing.
Well, probably, yes.
That's all that's left to happen now.
Yeah, that's very likely. So, anyways, if you have been missing, or if you missed the Wednesday night stream and you're watching this on YouTube, this is our third go because we've had a couple errors. But we're loading back in. First thing, Jeff mentioned previously, and I'll just quickly mention here again, we are currently on a new beta build that will hopefully be getting released as long as we don't find any major issues coming, which is build 39, you might see in the top left-hand corner.
Yeah, and it will include stuff like the updated opening night NHL rosters, so what you see in the Panthers lineup here that we're going to be starting with may be a little bit different than what the one that started, the one you get if you're starting with version 36, which is the released one now.
Wait, the Panthers?
Just trying to think off the top of the head.
We're playing as the Panthers? Why are we playing as the Panthers, Jeff?
Because you set up a Twitter poll to decide who it was and then encouraged people to vote for Florida.
I did no such thing.
I saw the posts.
I did no such thing. I maybe encouraged how much fun it would be to talk about all the ex-Vancouver Canucks on Florida, but that's all what I would do. That's it. And with 61 people voting in a span of just a couple hours, I feel we got a pretty good idea of what people want to see. Also a good time to mention, Steamworks is now live for FHM4.
Yeah, the workshop is live, so people are uploading some mods now. I think you've got one, you picked up an American League one today, you said?
Yes, there was an AHL, all the logos, jerseys, and helmets, I was told, are up, so I added that to my Steamworks folder. Once there's a few more, maybe we'll go through that on another stream of how to get those in.
Okay, so anybody we send to Springfield will get the proper uniform?
Absolutely. And again,
logos and whatnot.
Yeah, we're starting with a brand new game. We have 20 plus leagues enabled, so it takes a couple minutes due to the thousands of players and coaches being sent in. And we're simming to the start date, so we don't start in August.
Yeah, this will be September 17th when we get there.
And Gouda Creative in the chat says, guilty, I voted for Florida. And
yeah, I did vote for Tampa. I like Tampa better. I've actually been to Tampa, seen a game there, but we'll go with Florida.
Jeff and I debated on this for a while, and Florida's got a lot of young offensive talent, and they probably got a better cap situation than Tampa does. Let's be honest.
Well, not really. One of the things I was going to say, Mike Matheson, just signed, renewed his contract on the weekend and got quite a bit of money out of him for a guy that's basically a middle pair defenseman. So it's, even though it's technically past the opening night date, I did sneak that into the data, so he's got his extension. So he'll be there for 8 more years at cap hit is 4.8, I think, something like that.
Well, they said actually...
Not huge, but chunk of money.
He plays more even strength time than Aaron Ekblad, which I found interesting. No, the statistics.
Yeah, conceivably.
I read that on.
I did give his ratings a little bit of a bump too, and higher potential. So
we'll see how it goes.
And I mean, Ekblad did have kind of an off year last year, so
yeah.
See if he bounces back a little. The Panthers in general, they've got a few guys who didn't have the greatest seasons last year. Bugstad was way off the previous year.
All right. So Pavel Bure has taken over.
Are we up there?
when Vinny Viola has told us to rebuild. We currently...
Yeah, it's the other nice thing about starting with the Panthers. We have very low expectations to begin with.
Yeah, so we don't have a bad team. Take a quick look. We got Luongo and net, James Reimer backing him up. That's a contract we might end up trying to move since it's so long.
We've got...
I forgot Keith Yandel.
The big problem is... Yeah, the big problem really is depth. We've got an okay top half, but after that, a lot of 1.5, 2-star guys. Gudu asking if Yager's with the Flames. Yep, and I guess, has that game started yet? I guess he's made his Flames debut will in about 15 minutes. I'm not sure what the start time on the game is for them tonight.
I think it was 7 o'clock your time.
Okay, so they're probably going already.
Yeah. Let's see. Jared McCann. Guess we're dressing. I forgot Dadonov signed there too. I'm gonna say
and
roster. And Vibrata.
Yeah, Dadonov coming back after a few years in Russia. Had some really nice seasons with St. Petersburg. I think 66 points last year.
All right,
so we'll see if he can produce here.
Our 6th defenseman, we have Mackenzie Weegar or Ian McCoshen. I'm going to see.
Both rookies. McCoshen's got a little more upside.
Yep, I think we dress him. All right. McGinn gets in. Barkov is in. Bukestad is in. Huberdeau is in. Okay, so now we're down to a little more of the nitty-gritty. Okay, should we send Dennis Malgin down to the AHL? 1.5-star ability, 2.5-star potential. I feel like we should let him go develop.
Yeah, he's probably pretty close. I mean, he split the season last year, so...
Let's send him down right now. Yeah. Alright. And... So I guess we just Brickley and... Conceiver. And there's our opening lineup. Strategy. Let's create some lines here. Let's take a look at our tactics first. What do you feel would be a good tactic for us? I do not like the neutral zone trap. I'm going to go to the 1-3-1-4 check for defense, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't go with a really super offensive thing. We've got some defensive depth with our guys. Our young guys up forward need a little more time to develop. There's nobody there that's going to get, Barkov aside maybe. And Huberdeau, I guess, it's going to get a lot of points. Not a secret in chat. How did you get that much for KHL? You were transferring them?
100 million?
It's weird. No, it should be you shouldn't be able to get more than about 4 million for a transfer into KHL, and that's for a really high-end player like Kovalchuk. You need a few more details on that one.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you feel about then cycling? Would that be a good one for us?
Yeah, that might not be too bad. It's a little on the offensive side, but enough that we got. Huberdeau's is decent sized, and that would be a good one for Owen Tippett to grow into, I think.
Or Dump and Chase, that would be the other one.
No, that's a little too. Something a little more complex than that. I think we should be okay with cycling.
Okay, Tippett's on the second line.
Playing as Red Star Kunlun. I'll have to try that. That's Strange. Definitely shouldn't be happening. Who are you trading them with?
All right. Okay. Okay, looks good. Otherwise, all right. So we have. Oh, okay, we're also gonna just check here before we get started. Anybody interesting on free agents? Not particularly.
No, Athanasio, if you want to make an offer sheet, but other than that, Aginla, or
Yeah, I don't.
if you guys are left hanging around after the start of the regular season.
Yeah, I don't really see anybody there. Okay, first off, you said our depth kind of hurt, so okay, we're actually at 38 out of 50 contracts, so that's not too bad. We have some movement.
Yeah,
there.
that's one of the nice things about playing as Florida. They've got a ton of contract slots open. That was a Russian team you were trading with, so I'll give that a shot after we finish here and try to see what's going on there.
All right.
Definitely shouldn't happen.
We also have all of our draft picks, so that's nice. Or, you know, a pick in every round.
You've also got, well, yeah, pick every round. You've got Phoenixes and...
Yep. Arizona. Sorry, that is Phoenix. Vegas.
Yeah.
Vegas is the other one. Okay, so finances. We currently have quite a bit of room to add more people by the looks of it. Current staff payroll is 3.4 million. Budget is 5.9, so let's maybe just take a quick look at our personnel. Everybody looks pretty good across the board. We don't have a lot of scouts, and especially not a lot of European scouts. So let's maybe add a few there.
We're going to go with do scouting ourselves this time, and since we can set them on permanent assignments now?
Maybe next time. That makes sense? just so we can get a little bit more into this, but let's look at the
yeah, we can get a little farther. We can always turn it off partway through.
Okay, so telling me as scouts, what do we need to see? Okay, Central Europe would be one. So we will add Frank Kohler. And Central US, we can probably use another scout. Especially a guy who's not going to cost us a whole lot. Europe at large.
Yep.
Okay.
See, we could use there's somebody in Eastern Europe. Don't see any Russians. Oh no, we got one. Yeah, we got one guy in Russia.
Okay,
Vadim Podrazov. Yeah, we've got one guy there, but I would say maybe see if you can find a Czech or a Slovak.
Okay, former Czechoslovakia. Karol Rizniak. Okay, we're not paying him a lot either, so that's good. Take a guy from Sweden. And grab a guy from Manitoba just because. And a guy.
Question in chat: Does having a lot of assistant coaches change anything, or is that a waste of payroll? To an extent, it does. It will. I think if I remember right, the biggest influence on your players will be the top two rated coaches in any category, and plus your own head coach ratings. So it pays to have several coaches with a wide variety of skills, but after a point, it won't make that much difference if you're adding guys that don't have a particularly big advantage over your existing guys, and you do have a limited budget. So, and some of it has to go to scouts.
Yep, I just added Timo Solani as a scout because why not? We're gonna add another guy in the OHL draft region. maybe 2 guys in the Untitled Chapter region. And probably grab another guy from Quebec. One more guy from Saskatchewan. Again, when we're only paying $25,000 a year, seems like a pretty good deal. Grab one more guy from Stockholm. A couple guys who can vary and kind of move all around. Also good to have US and all of Canada. And we will add just a couple guys from the WHL draft region as well, because that's scouting the Canadian hockey league's never a bad choice, right?
No. Just looking at what the Panthers did in their first couple of games, real life this year, Dadnoff's already got 3 points.
Awesome.
So it looks like we had him rated reasonably well. I think he's our best right winger in there.
All right, there we go. Some nice setting up of stuff. So right now I am going to I'm going to turn scouting to the assistant right now, and our training, just so I don't have to worry about that. I will control everything else. And again, I guess since we're going over some new stuff, if this is your first time, you can see now new subscriptions.
Yeah, if there's any particular leagues you want to pay attention to other than the NHL, you'll get all of your news and all of the, anybody that's signed to the Panthers, anybody under contract to us, you'll get news for as well. So if you wanted to say, if you want to add tournament, if you
add the
go down and you can add all the, I think we can manage to get by without saying that, but you can add the Olympics. So we'll get the Olympics news when we hit February.
Yeah.
Couple of questions in chat. Gudu, any chance to implement a filter for staff filter for search to implement a staff search filter, easy for me to say, for staff free agents to filter out ratings? Yeah, that's something that's on the I think can't remember where exactly it is on the official wish list now, but that's definitely something we want to add. And not a secret, does OTP or OT baseball and are the baseball and the hockey, the staff the same? Sort of. I do a little work on OOTP. I write the manual and a couple of other small things for them, and then we use a lot of elements of the FH of OOTP. That was what FHM was originally built on. So there's some similarities there. Stuff like when you see the free agent system for both games, in contract negotiations. It is, at least for now, pretty similar to the OOTP one. And then we've got a lot of shared staff like artists and the behind sort of the game infrastructure, that type of stuff. But other than that, no, the actual people that are doing the bulk of the work on the game, me designing and Sebastian Malta coding, we don't work on Out of the Park, although Sebastian does do the mobile version of Out of the Park. But we're pretty much separate teams. Matt and Marcus don't do any of the coding for FHM.
No, but would it be fair to say that some ideas are shared?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I just happened to notice we didn't actually have a lot of guys in Quebec scouting or Ontario, so I went back to go add a few more guys in Quebec.
No, I had to come more. Okay.
And
another question, Canrig, how are the stats for really high draft picks straight out of the draft? They should be. I can't open up my long-term game here, But that's actually something I worked on for, I think it was one of the later patches last year. Getting a few more NHL ready guys, or guys who are NHL ready right after they're drafted, instead of having to develop for a couple of years. I know that was a problem that they tend to develop a little slower in FHM too. You would see guys not up within 2 or 3 years, but generally there are a lot more guys moving up in the last few versions of FHM 3, and you'll see it again in 4. So there will be some guys coming out of the draft each year. Although it takes a little while to see that because, for example, in the first year, the first of the players are actual ones and not generated ones. So there will be guys who are definitely NHL ready after the 2017 one, but it'll take a little while before the generated guys take over. So you done with the scouts?
Yes, I just finished up adding some more in Ontario and Quebec.
Okay. Then we will get into a game at some point.
Yeah, so Flames and Canucks make a deal. They send Tyler Parsons to the Flames, along with Dartagan Jolly for Bo Horvat and a 6th-round pick. That's a interesting move by Vancouver.
Kind of surprising, yeah. That's Parsons a pretty good goaltending prospect, but I'm surprised they'd be looking for one. I'm trying to think of what logic they'd be using there.
They know they have Jaeger, and so they want to grab somebody else. Camp report. We can see some players are all going up and nobody's going down, so that's always a good sign. Nothing too unexpected there. Again, just going to take a quick peek at free agents. And you notice that everybody's E-rated because we haven't really looked for anyone. And just take a quick look at the trade block in case there's anyone interesting. And we can see actually...
Guru, I think there's a decent chance you see it in FHM4 update. Not 100% though, but it shouldn't be that difficult to do.
Yeah. Some names on the trade block like Jack Johnson, Mark Stahl, Michael Grabner, Michael Frolik. But I don't really see any need for us to go out and get any one of these guys.
Yeah, unless you wanted to grab a little extra depth, but I would kind of wait for the waiver right around the start of the season when everybody drops players, sends them down to the minors. There'll be a few guys that need to clear, and we may be able to grab a 3rd or 4th line left wing.
Yeah, and I just simmed through our first game and we lose 1-0. Nolan Patrick scores the only goal for Philadelphia. So
yeah, should probably want to move this along to the regular season, so we'll sim through most of the exhibition stuff, I imagine.
Yeah, I think so. Salary cap reminder, it's going to drop. We have plenty of room, though, so not a big deal. And we lose our second game 4-3. This is a seemingly normal pattern.
Yeah, just the exhibition season.
Yeah, of course. I've heard that before, too. But we are starting a new tactic, which makes a bit of a difference.
Yeah, it'll be a little while to adapt to that.
Yeah. And, oh, man, yeah, that reminds me. So you can set, when you advance stage, you can set it to go immediately to your mailbox, which some people really like. I personally kind of like going to the home screen better.
Sorry, you cut out there for a second. You can set it to what?
It's set to go to your mailbox. I like setting it to my home screen so you can go to game and set up options and set it that way.
Yeah.
And that's just nice. And game versus Columbus here, we'll sim right through it again, and we lose 6-2. Not looking good. We give up 5 goals in the first period.
Wow. Okay. Well, we had 2 good periods at least.
And Jamie McGinn is hurt and gone for 5 months. After he fractures his knee.
That's not so good.
Well, I guess this means that Michael Haley dropped. Okay, where is McGinn on the lineup? 3rd line. All right. So we'll use the replacement feature, replace with, and we're going to bring Michael Haley in. All right.
Jack, question, is there a way to see pay history like salary history, as in like in baseball? Not at the moment. We track the salary data, I think, a little differently than they do. We don't keep a history of it other than signing new contracts. You'll see that in the player history. But actual year-by-year contract values, that's not something we've added to the history yet.
Oops, I did not put McCain onto the injured reserve, so I will do that shortly. And Annie Yetmeek just got traded. For Seth Helgenson. All right. Interesting move by the Islanders. I guess they decided they needed some more goaltending. Gouda Creative says, what is the owner expectations this season anyway? The expectations for us is to rebuild. So hopefully we don't get fired. Game versus Arizona. Let's give James Reimer his first start. And we lose 4-0. Awesome. Now, during our first week streaming, we had, we did a Vegas stream for multiple times to see how we do with Vegas. And it turns out we did not do very well for some reason. Huzzah, we finally won a game. We beat...
There we go. Got one in before the end of the exhibition season.
We beat Colorado. Because if we're going to beat somebody, it's going to be Colorado.
Going to be Colorado, yep.
So that's good. And all of our Vegas streams are now archived on our YouTube page, which is what I was trying to get to, which is youtube.com/OTPdevelopments, where this video will also be archived. And Crosby's hurt for a bit, and Patrick Kane has 3 goals and assist in a 10-1 win. Well, at least we didn't lose that bad.
Yeah. That's even worse than how the Jets did in their opener.
Hey. So we have several players on our farm team who are going to have to clear. Nobody I am currently that worried about, though. And we can see some more development happen because we are now in October, which is all good. And we'll advance another day.
Jack, question, is there any plans to add a little more substance to international play? Yeah, there are a few more things I'd like to do there. I'm not sure where on that priority list. Playing just as being the coaching, the coach would be. There's a couple of complications I can think of to that, but yeah, I mean, one thing we want to do is get. I'm thinking more tournaments, not international play, but. We basically got all the international tournaments in the last couple of years, other than 1 or 2 more I'd maybe want to add. But now we can start concentrating on adding features and fleshing that out a little bit.
Yeah, all right. Chase Howerluck improves at center. Even better. We now have waivers to look at, so let's take a look and see if there's anybody who is of interest. Thomas Yurko is on waivers. That would be somebody who could be interesting for us.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a bad depth pickup for us. Was there anybody else out there?
Hunter.
Is that the?
Shinkar.
Oh, that's a big one. Yeah.
Should we grab him?
Yeah, I think Yurko's probably the best. Pretty clear cut the best option there. Um, no, they're all 1.5-star guys. You've got that sorted by potential, or is it sorted by ability?
Potential ability. There's some more 2-star guys like Emerson Etten.
I'd see if he.
Ryan Sproul, Peter Holland. Oh, no, that's the end of the 2-star guys.
I'm just thinking maybe we could grab one of them, and just with McGinn being gone for effectively pretty much all the season, we're going to need a little more depth on left wing. If there's a 2-star among
that's
2-star left wing in that group,
there isn't. Again, we could pick up Hunter. He's 1.5-star and probably in the highest potential. I see Malcolm Subban has had a ratings change since.
Yeah, although I think your scout is underestimating him a little bit. That isn't. I normally see him with 2.5-star potential.
That's what his consensus ability is. I feel like
that's probably a little bit low.
Let's put a waiver claim in on Hunter. Too. What's the worst that happens? Hopefully we can send him down and we don't lose too much sleep about it. And that gives us a little more depth, especially too with losing the guy for a while. PWOG66 has joined the chat. Welcome, PWOG. Cheering for the Wings. And players need to be assigned. Okay, we got. Looks like we got Yurko. And we got Hunter Shinkaruk.
Yep.
Anybody mentioned in the NSL season preview for us? Does not look like it. Not unsurprising.
Yeah, we're good. Unless Ekblad were to get in, yeah, not really anybody that would get mentioned for us.
All right, so we have players who need to be assigned numbers. He wants 49. He can have 49. And Thomas Yurko wants 13, but Mark Prisk has it, so he's not getting 13. He can get 14 or 10. Let's get 14. And he seems okay with that. All right. And so now that we have a little more depth, should I try and sneak Shinkaruk down to the minors to let him keep developing?
You may want to keep. What's our left wing, or what are our wings looking like now?
Okay,
well, we got up.
Yurko, we're actually gonna have to. He can play left wing, and we're probably gonna put him in for, even though he's only 1.5 stars ability. Okay, as it turns out.
Yeah, it's. I'm wondering if maybe I would probably think maybe about sending Connor Brickley down, and we can get some Shinkaruk some time on the left wing.
Well, I was thinking Yurko goes in for him.
Established. Yeah. And who's our... Oh, Haley. Is there a fourth line left wing? Looks like he's going to be.
Yeah, so if we just take a quick look at our strategy, Yurko actually comes in on the fourth line, but the fourth line's set to play more minutes than the third line, so that's okay. So we have 17, 16, 13, 14. And that's just
chat question: what do you think of the start New Jersey has? Well, does it count as stupidly successful when one of the teams you're beating is Colorado, and the other one's Buffalo?
Yes, to a point. Does that sound fair? To a point.
To a point, maybe.
They're doing better than.
Although Colorado's done okay, I guess the other two games, but.
First game of the regular.
No, I kind of like I do like the Devils' young guys, so I think they're going to get there, but probably just luck at this point.
First game of the regular season in this simulation, the Jets beat the Leafs 8-4. So us picking up those two guys has changed history. Nick Ehlers had a great night because he had a hat trick, which he actually just had in the Jets' last game. And so we kick off the season with back-to-back games for Tampa Bay. Awesome.
Yep. Real life, they split those, so see if we can at least manage to do that.
All right, so we will just sim through this game, and we lose, getting outshot 31-16. Ouch. We lose 3-2. Not a terrible game. Just take a quick look at game ratings, and Barkov had a defensive game rating of 31. Bukestad 45.
Whoa, okay.
Dadonov 49. Oh boy, there are some bad numbers in there. Radim Verbrada, defensive game rating of 34. Whew.
And that's actually particularly bad. I improved the game ratings for forwards slightly. They were a little out of line with the defensive ones, so those numbers would have been even worse last year.
And Ekblad got punched in the face apparently, and is day to day. So, looks like we're not going to have him for the second.
Kenrick, I wouldn't say the Canucks are the most boring team in the league right now, just because they'll do something entertainingly dumb eventually.
Hopefully tomorrow night. No?
Oh yeah, we got you guys tomorrow night, don't we? You're,
yeah. There's just a pause. Wait, what? Why would he say that?
They're finally, yeah.
Okay, so Ekblad's out. So
Brock Besser finally making his 2017 debut.
Gonna put
one of the worst teams in the league the last 2 or 3 years, and we have had literally no rookies in the opening night lineup.
All right, Jeff, we're not going to be able to hear you now because we're going to play this game.
Oh, you're going to turn the sound on?
Oh, yeah.
We can cheat around that if you want to do that from now on. If you just delete the files out of the sound files out of the save, they won't play.
Okay, what is going on? We have a power play is 13.
What's 13?
All right. We're 13 power play to Tampa Bay is 15.
Oh, the ratings. Okay.
And Barkov scores the first goal to put us up 1-0. At the end of the first period, we're out shooting them 11-9. Jared McCann buries his first goal of the year to make it 2-0.
One of the things I think I know what's wrong with the power play. If you're losing Umbrella, you may have a defenseman in the top spot, on the point spot, and it wants a forward for that.
And the Lightning tie it up. Chris Kunitz ties it up 2-2. And that Markov scores the second goal of the game, second goal of the season to make it 3-2. And it's 3-2 at the end of the second. All right, Trocheck scores to make it 4-2. Shots are staying fairly even. And Dadonov scores the empty netter. Steven Stamkos got hurt. Oh, 17 seconds left, and Girardi scores, beating Luongo, just to rub a little bit of salt in the wound. We win our first game of the season, second game of the year, 5-3. All right. And we hurt Steven Stamkos, so even better.
Well, not good, but so we get pretty much the same result that the actual Lightning and Panthers got.
Yep. Split. So not too bad. Pewog says, game sounds louder than you. Yeah, I didn't turn it down at all this time, so. Patrick Sharp had a good game. Bob Ryan had a good game. And Ekblad still hurt. Hopefully he'll be back for our next game. And here's the even better news. We will be time traveling very shortly, as we'll be getting out of the past and we will be back to the future. Adam Cracknell's on waivers, but I don't think he's worth picking up.
Probably not. Not a huge upgrade over anything.
Stamkos is not missing another season. We just hurt his ribs. He's out for 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay, not too bad.
And Aaron Ekblad is ready to resume contact. And we have officially caught up with today. And just some news and notes. And we have advanced till tomorrow. Okay, Aaron Ekblad is ready to get back, so let's get him in for Wegener. And we'll take a look at our power play here.
Yep, you probably got, I'm guessing, a defenseman. If you're, well, let's see what the power play tactic you've got is.
No, we got Keith. Okay, we have the umbrella.
Yeah, that's if you got Yandel in the point spot. You can see it's looking for a forward in that role. So you want forwards there instead of defensemen.
Should we change our power play and play like a 1-3-1 or not? Modified overload. I don't know. Should we change our power play?
Could try that. Yeah.
Or
yeah, we haven't moved that far into developing it, so we won't hurt that much.
Which one do you think?
Let's try the overload.
Overload or modified overload?
Overload.
All right.
Chat, hey Brian, P-Walk's got a question. If both goalies get hurt or a game misconduct, what happens? Answer is it can't happen because we cheat a little bit on that. If a goalie gets hurt, or if a goalie gets hurt after the first goalie's already been hurt, it'll just throw out the second injury.
Now, why?
And likewise for the game conduct.
Thomas Yurko got moved to centering our second line. I'm not sure I like that. I'm going to put Owen Tippett centering. I think that makes way more sense.
No, Tippett's more of a winger, but...
Well, Yurko doesn't have any spots for...
Oh, that's all you're talking even strength lines. I thought that was
even strength lines.
Yeah.
Owen
I thought you were still setting up power play.
Makes way more sense. All right. Play this game versus St. Louis. We'll sim it out. If we lose it, then we know we need to play games. And we lose it. 5-1. All right. Chris Thorburn scored on us. Chris Thorburn.
Chat question: as the team gets more familiar with the tactic, will that impact the in-game tactic score? Yeah, that will go up. But what you're seeing, the number you're seeing in-game, is after the modifier for being unfamiliar with the tactic.
Somebody has posted on Twitter that in their game, Peter Budaj on Christmas Eve gets into a custody battle over his beloved pet.
Man, on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's vindictive.
Gotta love the holiday arguments.
All right, so Vancouver.
There's one storyline I'm still waiting. Not that many people play minor league games, but if I'm still waiting for one in particular to show up.
I know what one you're talking about.
I haven't heard anybody comment on it yet, and I'm sure they will. Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. So Zach Hyman got.
Can only happen in the minors, though.
The Vancouver made another trade. They traded Thomas Vanek away for Timo Meier, which is an interesting move.
Well, that's actually a pretty good trade. Yeah.
All right, we got a game versus Pittsburgh here. And we lose 1-0. We get outshot 44-18. So, yeah, that's. Oh wow! Okay, we got to go back there and look at that. Look at that stats again. I kind of skipped through that.
What happened?
Just hold on a second while I get this pulled back up on the screen here.
Yep.
All right. In the first period, we had hooking, tripping, fighting, hooking, illegal check to the head, game misconduct, and a roughing penalty.
Ouch.
And followed by another roughing
So
penalty.
a little bit undisciplined, what you're saying?
Well, that wasn't just us. That was mixed in there with Ryan Reeves.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I see that. It just
Reeves,
popped up on my screen now.
Yeah, he literally got out of the box, took a penalty, got put back in, got out of the box again, and then started fighting.
Yeah, wouldn't be the first time I've seen that.
No, that's pretty good. All right. Boston loses Patrice Bergeron for 4 weeks. Ooh. And Jace Howerluck has converted to center. Good.
No, we got a request from PWOG. You can show off those the AHL graphics mod. Wants to see how the Grand Rapids Griffins are doing.
We've heard. Has our season even started yet? Seriously. American League. And the Griffins are right there. Let's see, we have the logos in the game because I downloaded a mod off of Steamworks. And we can
Which is active now. If we hadn't, I can't remember if that got cut out of one of our 2 false starts to the show, but
I don't think it did.
Okay, well, in case it did, if you're playing the Steam version, Steamworks Workshop is active now. There we go.
Yeah, 1-3-0. So they're nothing particularly amazing.
Not too great.
Yep. So we'll move on and continue. One 3-0. All right. Not too bad. Nothing spectacular, but again, we're not expecting a huge amount unless we go out and try and trade someone, I guess. Ekblad has finally fully recovered. And game versus Philadelphia here. We'll sim through it again. Playing a hot goalie, and we lose, but Roberto Longo caught fire because we lost 4-1. So he caught fire. He made 31 saves, though, so...
Yeah, so at least he's heating up a little bit. I've seen what happens with a cold Luongo.
Well, you win the Stanley Cup like in 2011, right?
Right. Oh, wait, that totally didn't happen.
Well, guess what? You can rewrite history with our historical mode. And in fact,
yes, you can.
You can go all the way back to 1917. If you want to.
Oh, yeah, people are just mentioning that in the chat. Yeah, WCHL or PCHA in the game now right from the very beginning. So you can actually win a Stanley Cup in Vancouver.
The Sharks are going crazy. They just traded away Martin Jones for Riley Nash. Boston is undefeated, and they pick up another backup goalie. Who did
going with Dell in goal?
Did they not have him too? Did they not trade him to San Jose?
Who?
Martin Jones. Didn't LA trade him to Boston, and then Boston flipped him to San Jose?
Yeah, I can't remember how that worked. It was LA, and then there was somewhere in between.
Well, they just flipped him in the off season.
Yeah.
Versus Pittsburgh.
I think we've actually got him a little underrated in the game. That's probably why he's getting moved in that kind of deal.
And
that
we
seems
lose
a little
again.
low where he is right now.
2-1 loss. Just can't buy a win. PWOG66 in the chat says, since you're talking modes, is Fictional League in this version?
Yep, it is, as always.
Yep, and there was a bunch of work done to it.
Yeah, you can set up, you don't have to take one of the preset league definitions where with X number of teams and conferences and schedule length, you can choose your own schedule length and number of divisions, number of teams, number of conferences. So there's a little more flexibility to do that now.
And we're getting badly outshot. It's 1-0. Its shots are currently 2-5.
Ouch.
Scores his first goal with us, and it's 2-1. And at the end of
Radcast asking if there's going to be an achievement for losing 2 finals in Game 7 for Vancouver. Does it have to be playing as Vancouver, Radcast, or can it be with anybody?
And we're going to use this game. Ekblad brings us within 4 minutes left. And he scores an empty netter to make it 4-2 loss for us.
Not the greatest start to the season.
Lackhouse 1234, thanks for coming out. Although we're getting close to the end of our stream.
So you got that one more game on the road against Montreal and then 5-game homestand, so... Oh, can't hear us over the game sound, I forgot.
That's okay. We weren't talking about much. One six. Oh man, Michael Furland is on waivers.
Well, if we want a tough guy, we could pick him up, but kind of got Haley for that right now.
Yeah, I don't really see a need for him. Unless we're taking McCann out of the lineup and sending him down to the minors. Because we do have some...
No, that's not a good idea. I think there's too much potential there to send him down. I think he'll get caught up. He's off to a pretty good start in real life this year, too.
Let's see. Robbie Russo is on waivers. Furlan doesn't clear waivers and is picked up by Colorado, who's actually better than us at 2-6-0.
Yeah. Although they'll still have the waiver priority from last year for another week or so. It doesn't switch over till November the 1st.
All right, we finally win a game. 6-2 we win over Montreal. Awesome. Thomas Yurko scores a power play goal all by himself. Good job sharing the puck.
Whatever works.
Apparently. A few more guys on waivers. We got Charles Hudden and Matt Grzelcyk. I don't think we need to worry too much about that again. Unless we start running into more injuries. And let's see. Vancouver picks up Grzelcyk. Oh, they're 1-7-1 on the year for 3 points. So that's interesting for Vancouver. And we sim the game again, and we get another win finally. All right, 2-game winning streak for us. We win 4-2. And we're just getting goals from all over the place, which is good to see. Rick Nash has hit 1,000 games played. Good for him. Maybe if he's still a free agent at the end of the year, maybe we look at bringing him into some veteran leadership. And other guy on waivers, but not somebody we need. Game versus Detroit. And we'll leave Luongo in, see if he can get... And we win in overtime, 2-1. All right. Detroit only
not
gets...
doing too badly.
Detroit only gets 15 shots on net. So our defense seems to be coming to play, at least now. Probably more time with our tactics. Things are working a little bit better. And we're up to 4-6-0, which I consider pretty darn good considering how we started. We are currently in 14th place, tied for last actually, but hey, we're not in last right now. Which is good. Couple more guys on waivers, still not someone who really jumps out. And we have another game versus Tampa Bay to end the month. Sim the game out, and we win again. All right. 22 shots for a 2-0 shutout. 17 shots on net from us. Mark Prisick and Michael Haley score. Haley gets his first goal.
Haley got one.
And an assist. So awesome. Seems we nailed it. When simming to the next day and boxcars are shown, it's good to see the team's win-loss record below their name or something. Well, you can see it on the boxcars.
Yeah, we're looking about doing something different with that screen anyhow. That may not be around that much longer.
You heard it here first. Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe. Nothing definite. I know Sebastian was thinking about switching something back to an older version.
Interesting.
But I'm not sure how high that is on the priority list right now.
Well, we'll see. And we finish off November here, or finish off October at a 5-6-0 record, which actually I'm pretty happy with. We'll just kind of see our development report here, and everybody's going up, which is again something you like to see. And just see if anybody has suddenly jumped. I'm not really seeing anybody super taken off, but alright. Alright, NCAA guy. Okay, looking pretty good overall. We'll just maybe advance one more day, see what our owner says of the first month. He's probably not super happy that we're just at 500, but
well, the expectations weren't that high, so I think we'll do okay.
Well, we shouldn't be in danger of getting fired yet, anyways.
No, I think as long as we're doing something similar to this, we can make it through a season.
Well, he did want us to rebuild, so maybe he's okay with us sucking for a high draft pick.
Yeah. Maybe making a few trades at the deadline to see if we can get something for veterans like maybe Luongo.
Or we try and force him to retire just to bother the Vancouver Canucks and hurt their cap space. Right? And Pierre-Edouard Bellemare is on waivers, as is Jake Dotchin, Thomas Nozick, and Josh Archibald. Board confidence update. Vincent Viola thinks the season has progressed decently so far. The performance in the last few weeks has confirmed that impression for the long term. He's very happy with our work. Alright, awesome. One game versus Columbus. Let's play this game right here. And we'll just kind of, again, sim through it right now. Because it was working for us. And we lose 3-1. Because, of course, we did. Trocheck scored our only goal in the first period to put us up 1-0. We gave up 3 goals in the span of 6 minutes in the third period to blow the lead and lose. One of them was on the power play. Very disappointing. But what are you going to do? So I think this is a good spot for us to end here. So thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. If you like our videos, you can see them all archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we're @FranchiseHockey, or you can come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will take you to our official forums. You can currently buy FHM4 for the discounted launch week price of $35.99 on Steam for about another day and a half. So if you're already watching this on YouTube, it's probably too late. So sorry about that. You missed the launch week discount. But
if you're...
Sorry.
As long as you're doing it before Friday, you still got a chance, so...
Exactly.
Yep.
Again, Steamworks is now up for FHM4 if you have the game on Steam. Jeff, did I miss anything?
No, I think that pretty much covered everything. Keep an eye on the forums on Steam, and we should have that update to you very, very, very soon. Unless it starts somebody's computer on fire overnight. Wouldn't be surprised if we might even have that for you tomorrow, but I didn't say that officially.
No, of course not. So thank you very much for coming out, and we will see you all again next week.